back here in a bit. It appears we're coming upon some more poetry. Green sprout in May. By the fourth eye high. Dog days the grill. Field of shucks. Sand hill drive-by. Jacqueline Singleton. Now come way to Blackhawk, the third community in the town of Honey Creek. Actually, this might not be Honey Creek, come to think of it. A really lovely church in town here. Bethlehem Methodist. Any family, friends, or members? Again, Blackhawk, a small town, probably 40 or 50 people. I think they actually have 1 or 2 stop signs in this town. And I was right, or corrected myself. The town of Troy is here, Town Hall.
Troy Town Hall mural inside is a point of interest.
Oh, we're going to go back and look at the mural. Just like that, you're out of Blackhawk. Here we are at the Troy Town Hall, where there's a mural of local history, at least going back to the 1840s when it was settled, presumably by Germans and other Europeans. Obviously there was a lot of history before with Indian settlements, but that's not reflected here. Towns like Blackhawk and Harrisburg, Wilson Creek, Witwen and Castle are all represented here. Only really Blackhawk and Witwen still exist as any sort of cluster of residential buildings and businesses. But interesting to see what was out here at one time. So churches, blacksmith shops, general stores. Oh, Schneller General Store. Mrs. Schneller was my one of my grade school teachers. Sugar beet factory, cheese factories. What else do we have here of interest? Lots of cheese factories. Quarries. Witwen had a creamery, of course, a general store. Witwen, the Troy Honey Creek Telephone Exchange, a 544 prefix that existed when I was a kid, was considered a Witwen number, and maybe still is. And you get a sense here also, this stretches down to the Wisconsin River, just a few miles south of here, and shows that there were a couple of ferries in operation. Appeared to be from the area just north, I suppose, of what would be Arena, or I'm not sure what would be exactly across the river. Mazamani, perhaps, more likely in that area. This is a lovely Blackhawk Methodist Church. Lots of great stained glass. Farm families from the area have been here for generations. And now a room where...
Pardon?
Oh, I'm doing a video for myself.
You're talking to yourself.
Yeah, sorry. The old sanctuary. Played shuffleboard here when I was a kid. I don't remember ever playing basketball, but one hoop is still up. Wonderful room, wonderful church. This is the former Blackhawk Elementary School, where my academic career began in kindergarten. High point, I think, was tobogganing on that hill behind the church school. Low point, peeing in a wastebasket in the kindergarten bathroom. I got confused. Another high point was playing basketball games here in 4th, 5th, and 6th grades. Tower Rock, Blackhawk, and Merrimack were bitter rivals, and we played each other in the gymnasiums of each school. More art in the Blackhawk area. I believe this was called Cloud. It's an array of ladders. This is an old church on Highway C just south of Blackhawk with an art exhibit called Power of Fragility. Eggshells aligned and arrayed on the floor of the church and in the corners. The power of fragility, not the power of fertility. Although I suppose something might have hatched from these eggs at one time. Here we are at the Harrisburg School, a restored school on Highway C. This is the boys' coat room. Get a peek inside at the classroom. The desks restored, the old piano. Another angle, the girls' entrance. And here's a record of the storm of 1918, which destroyed a number of farms, including my great-grandparents' farm over by Leland. Everything except for the house went down. It had to stretch all the way from Plain to Denzer, and still is noteworthy. This is a wonderful restoration. This is worth noting. We see more and more barn quilts on buildings in the country, and in this case, a few of them are available for sale. Here we are on a bridge over one of the branches of Honey Creek between Blackhawk and Plain, just north of Highway C, and another art exhibit called Fluvial. Banners, triangular banners arrayed throughout the marsh for quite a distance. Another piece of art in the country, this one along Mill Road and between Blackhawk and Plain, called Get to the Pie. Again, just a great setting against the tree line. Wonderfully rich farmland through here. I love the land, I still do. I didn't run tractors though. I was asked to be Dale's wife, not his hired man. Dale milked, I fed calves and watched the milkers, but I mostly took care of the kids. A multitude of microscopic creatures punch the time clocks of their lives and go about the business of earning their living, chewing at the soil's grim cud. Geese coming in for a landing. We'll see if they land or if we scare them away here. Oh, we scared them a little bit. They're turning. Another sign. Dairy. Wisconsin faces an ongoing dairy crisis. Over the past 15 years, half of our dairies have gone out of business. Yet as the number of farms decline, milk production continues to increase beyond consumer demand, and this surplus continues to lead to precarious and volatile prices. As this current model squeezes out small and mid-sized farms, some operations look towards grazing as an alternative. Grass-fed dairies require less overhead costs and receive a higher premium for their product while maintaining a reliable supply of milk. Therefore, grassland-based farms often end up more profitable than their counterparts. Oh, and there's those geese. They're gonna land. So, again, lots of dairy activity in this area, but years past it was a lot more. Another display. This one is simply called Health. Appears to be corn stalks against the backdrop of some bale wagons. I am a remote, rugged valley in an oak hickory woods. Rainwater filters down through my soil, gravel, and limestone. It emerges clean and cold in a trout stream, far away from the nearest homes. Between Plain and Leland, a wetland area, and another field note. Wetlands are a valuable natural resource, serving as both sponges and filters for the water that moves through the landscape. During rainy periods, wetlands hold rainfall and then slowly release it through drier periods, resulting in reduced flooding and a consistent flow of water into streams, rivers, and aquifers. As the water moves through the wetland system, pollutants and nutrients are absorbed by plants in the wetlands, purifying the water before it enters the surface, streams, or groundwater. Wisconsin has lost about 50% of its original wetlands, making the protection of these remaining areas and the restoration of drained wetlands critical in efforts to improve water quality. Sweet is the honey. With hive song. Here, look at a little book.
What cute. What cute antlers. There's another one down there.
By the way, it's worth pointing out, and I'm going to reach Eileen here to tell you the story. My friend Donnie and I, once in grade school, went up in this hill because he heard there were rattlesnakes living in the rocks. And we went up with traps that we thought we could catch them with. Essentially a piece of pipe with rope running through it. And thank God we didn't ever get one. At least we never saw one. Stuck in its head. Love and tenacity. On crusty bread. I'm going to correct what I just said. If Donnie and I had gotten a rattlesnake when we were in grade school, I would be bragging about it to this day. So, no, I wish we would have gotten a rattlesnake.